Everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we'll be talking about exercise intolerance and explaining how to move without crashing afterwards. If exercise has ever made you feel worse instead of better, this video is for you. And if you've ever been told that movement is medicine, I'm a big believer in this, but your body seems to disagree, you're not imagining it, and we'll dive into it today and explain how to use it safely. Exercise intolerance is real, it's a physiological response, and it deserves to be understood. Today I want to explain what exercise intolerance actually is, why traditional fitness advice often fails people with chronic illness, and how movement can become something that supports you instead of crashing you. Exercise intolerance isn't about not wanting to move. It's not laziness, it's not lack of motivation, and it's not simply being unfit. Exercise intolerance happens when your body struggles to regulate basic systems during and after physical activity. In conditions like POTS and dysautonomia, the autonomic nervous system doesn't adjust smoothly to the demands of exercise. Heart rate can spike too quickly, blood can pool instead of circulating efficiently, and blood pressure can fluctuate. Recovery signals don't switch on properly, so instead of exercise feeling energizing, it often feels overwhelming. Your body experiences movement as stress, and we need to adjust it, regulate it, and help it adapt to learn how to use movement efficiently, also at the right intensity. The next topic I want to dive into is why just exercise more doesn't work for us and for chronic illness sufferers. A lot of mainstream fitness advice is aimed at people that have a body that regulates normally. It assumes you can push a little harder today and adapt tomorrow. The soreness equals progress, and that consistency always leads to improvement. But for most people, especially with exercise intolerance, pushing harder often leads to setbacks and not strength. When the nervous system is already dysregulated, adding intensity doesn't create adaptation exactly in a linear pattern. It creates overload. And this is why no pain, no gain can definitely not be used for chronic illness sufferers. This is how many people get stuck in a crash cycle. You feel okay one day and then you do more. You might even feel proud of yourself in the moment, and you should. But then later or the next day, symptoms flare. Your fatigue can deepen, your dizziness can increase, and your heart rate can become erratic. Often brain fog also sets in, so you're forced to rest, to try and recover, and then start all over again. And eventually, movement starts to feel unsafe. Not because you don't want to move, but because you don't trust that your body can cope afterwards or with the setbacks or effects that you have post-exercise. Knowing all of this and understanding why this happens to your body and that it is normal for chronic illness sufferers, let's talk about reframing movement, making it feel safe. And this is how reframing movement changed everything for me personally. The goal of movement with chronic illness is not exhaustion, it's capacity, building tolerance slowly over time. It's teaching your nervous system that movement can be predictable, safe, and contained. It means that we stop chasing intensity and start prioritizing regulation and things that feel good. You don't always have to be pushing, increasing 10%, increasing 20%, changing the weights, but rather doing things a little bit every day that makes you feel good. And you'll learn as you go through this process how your body feels with yoga, Pilates, strength training. There's so many workouts and movements that can feel good, but you have to determine what feels right for you and what feels right for you on that day. The way I approach movement now is very different to traditional fitness, and especially after studying, learning, working in this healthcare space and becoming a professional in it, my approach is very different, especially for myself. I prioritize horizontal positions before vertical ones. I focus on strength before intensity and use longer rest periods so my symptoms don't spike. Sessions are intentionally boring, repetitive, and low stimulus with some changes day to day. Not because they're ineffective, but because they're sustainable. Consistency only works when your body feels safe enough to repeat the experience. Some principles that guide my movement practice are low stimulation over just high intensity, so continuous, consistent stimulation. Predictability over variety. We do like to change things up because it makes things more interesting, but focus on predictability first. And short sessions over long ones. I also have recovery built in, not earned or just after the session. Progress itself is not measured by how much I sweat or how exhausted I feel afterwards. It's measured by how well I recover, and I look at the 24-hour, so 1 day afterwards, and 48 hours, 2 days afterwards, and possibly even a week afterwards to see how I feel. And then I can track what do I need to change throughout the week. How can I increase, decrease, or adapt it so that it's more fun and keeps up the stimulus. Next, I'd like to address the fear around movement. When something affects us physically, it will naturally affect us mentally as well. And if you've developed a fear around exercise, it makes sense. Your body learned through experience that movement could lead to crashes, and rebuilding that trust takes time. It starts with meeting your body where it is, not where you think it should be. Movement doesn't have to look impressive to be meaningful and effective. Wrapping it up, exercise intolerance doesn't mean you're incapable of movement. It means your body needs a different conversation. Movement can become safe again, it becomes supportive, and it can exist without punishment. If you want to learn more about this approach, this is the exact framework I teach inside of my programs because it's allowed me to keep moving without constantly crashing. And if this video helped you feel seen or understood, you're welcome to share your experience in the comments. You're not failing at exercise. Your body is asking for a different strategy.